Conflict isn't a bad thing after 1923 and Yellowstone. I've realized why Taylor Sheridan hated Kevin Costner. While Taylor Sheridan is praised for his creativity, Kevin Costner's presence in Yellowstone highlights narrative flaws that might have gone unchecked. The Eagles hit the nail on the head with their lyrics. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. From Hotel California. That line has been playing on a loop in my head ever since I circled back to 1923 and rewatched Yellowstone with new eyes. Watching these shows again with clearer eyes, it dawned on me that Kevin Costner wasn't merely acting. He was the unsung architect, course-correcting, script-doctoring, and most likely rescuing Yellowstone from the narrative pitfalls Taylor Sheridan kept digging. Suddenly, everything clicked. Why the writing plummeted once Costner left the ranch, why the cast's praise for Sheridan began to sound like they were reading from a script, and why the final episodes of both shows felt like watching a campfire sputter out under the weight of a downpour. The cast's praise for Taylor Sheridan amidst a fading script, unspoken loyalty. I won't sugarcoat it, Taylor Sheridan's storytelling hit a dead end the moment Kevin Costner hung up his badge. You could practically hear the IQ drop between Season 5A and 5B of Yellowstone. Costner wasn't just playing John Dutton, he was the spine of the story, the tension between the poetic and the political. Sheridan may have had the pen, but Costner had the red pen. And according to Costner himself, the scripts weren't just slipping, they were falling off a cliff. The man signed for a structured shoot. Instead, he got a wild goose chase with no roadmap. He said, "Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room." After Costner exited Yellowstone, the rest of the cast started singing from the same hymn book. Helen Mirren, brilliant as always, praised Sheridan like he reinvented oxygen, especially for how he wrote women. And look, I love seeing rich, complex female characters on screen. But when everyone sounds like they've joined the same PR cult, it makes you wonder, were they admiring the writing or afraid to bite the hand that scripts? Luke Grimes said working without Costner was easier. Yeah, easier, like flying without a co-pilot. To quote him, there was less conflict, sure, but also less clarity, less pushback, and less art. You need friction to light a fire. But what we got instead was damp kindling and recycled monologues. How Kevin Costner's Yellowstone departure exposed the cracks in Taylor Sheridan's empire. After watching the 1923 Season 2 finale and witnessing the narrative decline of Yellowstone, I've reached a sobering conclusion. Taylor Sheridan probably didn't despise Kevin Costner for being disruptive. He resented him for being indispensable. Costner was the last credible voice capable of counterbalancing Sheridan's increasingly unchecked creative control. Moreover, the abrupt death of Alex in the 1923 Season 2 finale was narratively dissonant. It felt less like a dramatic twist and more like a hasty deletion, stripping Spencer's arc of the emotional continuity it had so carefully built. I wasn't devastated. I was bewildered. There's a difference between writing something emotionally difficult and something structurally careless. And Yellowstone. Well, by Season 5B, the deterioration was undeniable. The show had lost its spine, and with it, its sense of purpose. The correlation? That's precisely when Kevin Costner was no longer involved. Let's take a look at what fans are saying. And the glowing admiration from the current cast? It feels rehearsed. Uniform praise, especially in the wake of declining quality, reads less like genuine respect and more like self-preservation. There's something eerie about unanimity in an industry built on diverse expression. In my view, Costner wasn't the storm, he was the anchor. And once that anchor was gone, Yellowstone drifted into shallow waters, echoing with dialogue that lacked weight and scenes that lacked conviction. Sometimes, the person everyone finds difficult is the only one telling the truth.